The international break. It's kind of like Marmite, isn't it? You either love it or you hate it. This time around, I absolutely hate it. That's right, folks, back once again with another preview. That's right, folks, back once again with another match preview. This time looking forward to Blackburn Rovers up against Huddersfield, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to get you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, world football related. We're going to all hear under Warowski, boys and girls. That's right. International break. Oh, it's caused us mega problems. I wouldn't say 100% it's down to the international break, but we've just lost our two best defenders, folks. Period. We've lost two best defenders. Lenihan, Cunningham, no longer available, and no longer available for a long time. I don't think we're going to see Cunningham back until 2020. As for Lenihan's at least 6 weeks out. We'll talk more about the injuries and all that in just a second. But let's get going, folks, and talk about this match. The preview does take place right here at the glorious Ewood Park. It is a early door kickoff. All eyes on us on Sky Sports as well. Huddersfield are managed by new boy. What's his name? Dan Cowley. That's right. They did finish last season on the 20th in the Premier League. Well, that was bottom. The match does take place 19th of October at Ewood Park. I did mention that. The danger man for me is Karlan Grant. Goal scoring extraordinaire. Bit of a surprise package, I'd say. He's come out of nowhere. Did bits for Charlton, but now he's rocking it for Huddersfield. The record over the years, 88 games between the two sides, 33 wins for Rovers, 22 wins for Huddersfield, 33 draws along the way. Last time out, these two sides did duke it out. I think I was at this game over in Huddersfield. 1-1 draw. I was in the crowd. Also, the reverse fixture at Ewood Park was a 1-1 draw as well. This season, we're duking it out this Saturday. And then also back on the 29th of December, we'll go again over at the Kirklees. So let's get cracking now. Take a little look at the team news. Going into this, like I said, Cunningham out. Don't know how long. Darragh Lenihan, early December. That's the verdict on him. Ben Brereton's getting closer. Looks like Travis has also got a bit of an injury as well, so that will hinder my starting 11. Also Also Butterworth as well. No registered suspensions for either side. Huddersfield do have a couple of injuries themselves, but they're on a more low-key, low-down sort of time frame. Pritchard day-to-day. Congolo also day-to-day. Colin Quainer, striker, is also unknown. Hip injury. Trevor Chabala also, or Chabala is also might be out, but I think I've got him picked for the starting 11s. Here they come. Here, and first and foremost, I'm going to go with Rovers. I did plan on having a flat back five going into this, but now we've reverted to the tried and trusted four-man defence. No major surprises. Well, for me, there is a major surprise. Going to go with Sam Harton on this one. I think so. The next week or so, it's going to be training Sam Hart, get him in there, get him up to speed. He had a good season last season on loan, so he's going to get the nod over Bell. I'm not saying it's done and dusted for Bell, but we're going to try something new. Maybe we've got a bit of a secret weapon here. Also, another option would be to play Downing. I have him in the team for some reason, so that's a bit of a blip. I might change. We probably change that around. Williams, Adebayo, and Bennett make up the back four. So Tosin comes in to fill the void by Lenihan. Johnson at defensive midfield. You could stick Downing alongside him, but I've gone with Holtby. And again, you could push Holtby further forward in place of Graham, and then flip-flop Gallagher to striker. It's very difficult to kind of figure out what's going to go on with Mowbray's brain. So I've gone Holtby, Dak, Armstrong, Gallagher, and DG up top. That's my picks. As for our visitors, we got Grabara, who is on loan from Liverpool, I think, or Arsenal or somebody. Young goalkeeper, and then they have young. I forget his name. Quote me. I don't know. It's not even in writing for me to say. But anyway, young left back, Schindler, Elphick, and Jay Simpson at right back. Hogg, Chabala. I've got him in there. He might not make it. The injury worries. O'Brien in sort of attacking midfield slot. Kachunga on the right. Grant on the left, and Fraser Campbell up top. Now, I am expecting a difficult game because Huddersfield have turned a corner and they look pretty good at the moment. I think they're on back-to-back wins at the moment, but you know, it doesn't scare me as much as it should do. You know what I mean? They've got an aging right back. Elphick could be okay. Young left back. If we can expose him with Danny Graham's experience, perhaps in the midfield. Hogg's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but Campbell, he has not really set the place on fire. You watch him score 4 goals past us this weekend. But you know what? It's a doable game. It's a doable game. But Huddersfield are on much better form than we are at the moment. Let's take a look at the stats now. Dakaruni is the top goal scorer with 5 goals to his name so far. Arsenal's got 3, Williams got 2, and Downing has 1, as this is all competitions and all grounds, all venues. As for the discipline, Lenihan has 5 yellows, Bennett has 4, Cunningham has 4, Travis has 3. No red cards so far. As for our visitors, Grant has 6 goals, Bakuna has 2, Campbell has 1, and Kachunga has 1. As for the discipline, Hogg has 3 yellows, Bakuna, Dakabi, and Chabala all have 2 yellows so far. Let's take a look at the recent records coming into this. Rovers look absolutely shambolic at the moment. 3 games without a win. You've got to go all the way back to 21st of September for our last victory. On the flip side, Huddersfield come into this unbeaten in 3 games. So we haven't won in 3. They're unbeaten in 3. So that's the form book as an initial look at it. We did have back-to-back wins against Reading and Millwall early in September. As for Huddersfield, they come into this beaten Hull last time out. They also beat Stoke in a very, very big game on the 1st of October. Before that, they drew with Millwall at home. They lost to West Brom 4-2, and they also lost to Sheffield Wednesday back in 15th of September. The next 5 games, obviously, Rovers against Huddersfield this Saturday. Rovers then take on Birmingham, not far away, midweek game at St Andrews. Then it's a big, big Lancashire derby or North West crunch clash at Deepdale. I'm going to do a watch-along for that game for sure. Then it's Sheffield Wednesday at Ewood Park, and then it's Leeds. Out of those 5 games, I'm looking at, if I'm honest with you, I'm looking at 3, 6. If I could get 7 or more points, I would be content. I would be content with 7 or more points. Looking at victories against Birmingham, against Sheffield Wednesday, and maybe a result against Huddersfield as well. You know, winning your home games for sure. Picking if you can get draws along the way, especially against some of them boys. As for Huddersfield, they take on obviously Rovers this weekend. Then they take on Middlesbrough, who are down that foot of the table as well. Then take on Barnsley, also struggling at the moment. So potential for Huddersfield to start climbing up that table. They also take on reasonable, decent Bradford at their place 2nd of November, and then North End as well on the 9th of November. Let's take a look at the recent encounters between these two sides. This is worrying. In the last 6 games between these two sides, just Rovers haven't won in the last 6 games, in all venues and all grounds. The last 6, but the last time anyone has won a game between these two sides was back in 2016 at Ewood Park. Naki Wells scored a goal and a big fat OG by Matt Kilgallen. Been a lot of draws over the years. Is it time for us to change that around? The last 6 games over at Ewood Park, not much better. 2 wins for Rovers, 3 draws, and 1 win for Huddersfield. But you've got to go all the way back to 2013 in the Championship. Rovers did pick up a 1-0 win. Jordan Rhodes scored against his old club back in the day. We also beat them 3-1 in the League Cup back in 2005. That's going back a bit. Take a look at the current form book. This is not the league table. This is the form book. Rovers sit 16th in the table form-wise. As for Huddersfield, they're just hot on the heels as well. Basically, 7 points at the last 6 games. It's not great, especially when we look at the table. QPR now back up there in 4th spot. The last 6 games at home, not much better reading for Rovers. Sit 14th at the table. We're not really fussed about Huddersfield away home form. We're looking at their away form, but they are 2 games unbeaten at home. As for the away form, Huddersfield are looking pretty much better as well. Rovers away form is 13th at the table, Huddersfield in 18th. So they did win their last away game. So the things have turned a corner massively for Huddersfield recently. Let's break that form down a little bit. The last 6 games for Rovers at Ewood Park is not bad reading, but it is a bit of a bogey past couple of games. Just 1 win at the past 4 games at Ewood Park is not pleasant reading. As for Huddersfield, the last 4 games, 5 games if you stretch back to the QPR draw, it's just 1 win out of the past 5. So yeah, it seems to be a very, very even sort of encounter, despite the situations in the table. Let's take a look at this is Blackburn Rovers. Sort of breakdown of some analytics for you here. A bit more of how they're scoring their goals. We're scoring 8 of our goals, 13 goals from open play, 2 from set pieces, 2 penalty kicks. Most recently against QPR last time around. This is both home and away, and 1 own goal has helped us with our points haul so far. As for the opposition, they've scored 12 from open play, 3 from set pieces. We've yet to concede a penalty, or at least score, or let the opposition score from a penalty. As for the what we got here, is this The shots, the majority of our shots are coming from down the middle, whereas we also favour our left-hand side. When you break those shots down even further, 61% of our shots come into the 18-yard box, just 5 are even further in the 6-yard box. 34 are long ranges. As for the flip side, our opponents, they seem to score, again, 58% of their shots, or take their shots, not score goals, but shots, 58% down the middle, 23% down the left-hand side, 19% on the right-hand side. They also score more of their goals in the 18-yard box, or more of their shots. I've got to watch my words here. 50% of the shots scored are taken by our opposition come within the 18-yard box, 9 from the 6-yard box, and 42% from the outside of the box. As for our attacking dominance, or our touches, we seem to have more of the ball down the left-hand side. In fact, down the flanks, should we say, and 27% of all possession coming through the middle. The key attacking areas are predominantly, we more often than not have the possession of the ball in the middle of the park. 39% of our total possession on average is right smack in the middle. We're not too far though. 34% is in the opposition third. So we're getting the ball forward enough. We just need to kind of get these more level pegging. As for the opposition, Huddersfield, they've scored their 12 goals from 10 from open play, 2 from penalty spot. As for their away goals, they've conceded from a penalty, 5 from set pieces, and 12 from open play. That is also prior to Cowley, so we've got to look. That could be a dummy sort of statistic. Furthermore, the shots are taken 59% from the middle. They also prefer the left-hand side to the right as well. They also have quite a few of their shots are long ranges. 51% of all shots are taken from outside the box. 45% in the 18-yarder, and just 4% in the 6-yard box. As for the opposition, they seem to be very weak in the middle of the park. 63% of all shots coming down the middle. 40% outside the box. 55% within the 18-yard box, and 5% inside the 6-yard area. Seem to prefer to go down the right-hand side when attacking. They seem to hog the ball in the middle of the park, and also keep the ball back with their defenders. So they're a bit apprehensive going forward. That's what you can break down from this. Quick look at the goal-scoring charts out in the Championship. Mitrovic leads the way, 8 goals. He is a goal-scoring phenomenon, especially at this level. Johnson, he's a midfielder, I think, by trade. Up there with 7 goals. Watkins up there as well with 7 goals. There he is, Grant from Huddersfield, sitting pretty in 4th alongside Wells, Heigl and Baston. Both Wells and Heigl scoring against us last time around. Baston has got 6, Fletcher 5, Collins 5, Lyle Taylor has 5 as well. The key assist makers are still Swift and Johnson now, Williams, Pereira and Diangana. That's overall. When playing at home, Johnson is the man, scoring 6 of his 7 goals at home. Baston scoring 5 of his goals. I think all of his goals are coming at home as well. Mitrovic scored 4 of his 8 at the Craven Cottage. Wells as well. Meanwhile, the top assist makers at home are Pereira, Diangana, Johnson, Lasayan and Bowen. As for the away ones, finally we get a Rovers player up there. Dacarino has scored 3 of his 5 goals, 6 goals, 5 goals. On the road, Bamford is the top goal scorer away, as is Mitrovic and Graben and Watkins, scoring 4 of their 7 goals on the road. As for the key assist makers when playing away, Hunt, Swift, Canos, Bannon and Palmer along the way. Quick look at the key players or the key teams overall within the Championship. Fulham dominate possession whenever they're playing. They are top team that keep a hold of the ball. 63% of all, on average, they maintain possession. Leeds are second, Brentford are third. As for the most aggressive team, Sheffield Wednesday top the charts with that. Barnsley are second, QPR are third as well. We're kind of level pegging really. As for the key team dominating in the air, Millwall will lead that charge with 58% of all aerial battles won by them. Birmingham and Reading are not far behind as well. As for the amount of shots per game, Leeds dominate that as well. On average, knocking out 16, maybe you can round that up to 17 shots per game. Fulham are second with 15.4 shots, and West Brom are third. QPR, we have experienced that as well, sitting in 4th in the table. As for the pass accuracy, Fulham top the charts with that. West Brom second, Leeds are third. Very familiar names are in these charts. Fulham, Leeds, Fulham, Leeds, Fulham, Leeds, Fulham, Leeds. We'll take a look at the table in a minute. As when playing at home, Fulham lead the way with the possession as well. Aerial duels are dominated by Birmingham. When played at St Andrews, they are on horizon for Rovers. Fulham dominate the shots at home. As for pass accuracy, Fulham lead that way as well. On the flip side, on the away days, Leeds lead the way with possession. Reading lead the way with aerial duels. Shots per game, Leeds lead that way as well with 17.3 shots on average when playing away from home. As for the pass accuracy, Fulham lead the way as well with that one. They seem to be the pass Dynamos in the Championship. Quick look at the games that are taking place this weekend. Cardiff will take on Sheffield Wednesday. That's the first game. That'll take place on Friday. All eyes will be on Rovers against Huddersfield at Ewood Park. The early kickoff on Saturday. That's noon for you guys. It's very early for me. Got to get up, get the coffee down me, and we'll do a live watch along for this. Fingers crossed. Not 100% because it's Sky game. We're not too sure how we're going to do that, but we'll figure it out. Stoke against Fulham. These are the 3 o'clock games. Brentford against Millwall. Leeds against Birmingham. Hull against QPR. Reading against Preston. Middlesbrough against West Brom. Barnsley against Swansea. Luton against Bristol. Charlton against Derby. Wigan against Nottingham Forest. I've already got my predictions live on the channel. We did a stream yesterday, so make sure you revisit that if you couldn't catch the live show. This is the current state of flux. In fact, just to let you know that the main game of the weekend is right there at Ewood Park. But this is the current state of flux out in the Championship. West Brom lead the way at the moment, 22 points on the board, level with Nottingham Forest. Goal difference does put West Brom ahead of them. Preston, Swansea, Leeds and Bristol City occupy the playoffs. Down the foot of the table, it is Stoke, Barnsley and Reading are going down as it stands. It's been a bit of a rollercoaster ride with managerial sackings. Barnsley lost their manager, Reading lost their manager, Millwall have lost their manager, but the Stoke guy still remains. Woo! Rovers sit in 14th for the table. Huddersfield sit in 21st. They are on the surge, boys and girls. On the surge. And there you go. That's just for you and me. So, folks, what do you think will happen this weekend? Hopefully, we'll have some verdicts from a Huddersfield fan and a Rovers fan later on in the week, so make sure you stick around for that. Also, Cass will have a prediction later on the channel as well. Give me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What you think will happen? Will Rovers bounce back to winning ways? A win for them could see them rise to above 11th in the table. A win for Huddersfield could see them go to 18th and 11 points on the board and basically back in business because the rest of their fixtures in the next few days look very, very winnable indeed. Yeah, if you are a Huddersfield fan or a Rovers fan and you want to be the fan of the week, now's the chance to get yourself heard. If you get nice and early, we can get you in and we'll have a little chit chat about it. Anyway, until then, I'm going to get out of here. Thumbs up, subscribe. I'll speak to you all very soon. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.